behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Paul Mash TV. Paul Mash TV.
Well, hello everybody, it's Paul Mash TV time once again. We want to thank you for joining us on another episode, and it's going to be a great one. And we'll get to that in just a minute, but before we do, don't forget to click subscribe down here and hit the bell. And you'll always be notified whenever we have a new episode for you. And check out the comment section, leave us a comment there. We'd love to hear from you there as well. And if you're on Facebook, go to facebook.com/Paul Mash TV. And feel free to like the page and inbox us and comment on everything you see there. And also you can use good old-fashioned email. That's paulmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com, which is not just for bands and solo artists that want to be on a show, but if you're simply a fan, well, you can use that same email address too. We'd love to hear from you. And we're going to recap all of that for you at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. From Kenya, Africa, we have Maury on this episode, and he's a very talented artist, and I think you'll agree. And we'll get to that in just 1 second, but first here's a quick word from ClickJam, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me, thinking about what could.
Okay, here we are with another interview, and from Kenya, Africa, we have Maury. Thanks for joining us, Maury.
Oh, awesome to be here. Thanks so much for us.
Yeah, no problem.
It's a pleasure to be a part of this.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad to have you here as a guest. And by the way, we're having a little bit of a delay, so if it takes a little bit of time for him to respond, that's why. So just want to let everybody know that. So why don't we start with the obvious question? How did you become a musician? I mean, did it start at an early age, or did you just kind of later found out you liked music? I mean, tell us your own story. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's interesting. I think I really didn't discover my music talents till after high school, like when I joined campus. But I always had a musical background within my life. Like I remember a small keyboard, so which I used to play a lot. And I grew up with that interest and musical background. But I never really discovered my music talent and songwriting until I was all grown just when I was about to join college. Yeah, so it's not really been something that I've always had or I always knew. It's something I realized growing up.
Well, that's quite a story there, and I'm glad you're doing what you're doing, and I hope you'll be doing that for a long time there, Maury.
I hope so too.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the influences that you grew up with that helped you in your singing and songwriting abilities? Any kind of artists that you can think of there?
Yeah. I think I grew up to a lot of pop music, at least internationally. The likes of Michael Jackson, Mariah Carey, boy bands back in the day, Westlife, Blue. I think I had a lot of Whitney Houston. I had a lot of pop and R&B influences growing up, and also a bit of the local African styles, the likes of Yvonne Chaka Chaka, Fela Kuti. Locally here we have some artists known as Eric Wainaina. And most of those were in the pop R&B of Afro vibes. So I think that's where I get most of my musicality from. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, well, those are pretty good artists you mentioned, like Mariah Carey, Michael Jackson. I mean, they'll always be legends to me in a way. So so those are good artists to pick from. Why don't you tell us a little bit about where we can find you at? I mean, is your music in all streaming platforms? I know you don't have streaming copies, but if you do, maybe, I mean, or physical copies, but if you have any of those, you can volunteer that as well. But let us know.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get my music on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, a lot of the major streaming platforms. Also YouTube, yeah, SoundCloud. Find me as Mari or Mari Gikaru.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, it seems like you're on almost all those streaming platforms.
Yeah.
Yes. So everybody get Mari's music. I know he love you for that, and they're really great stuff. And speaking of music, we're gonna watch this music video from you in just a moment. It's called "Happy to Be Yours." Is there a story behind that? Maybe you could tell us about that.
Yeah. Interesting. I think I base most of my music on that I interact with on a day-to-day life, and not necessarily my own experiences, but experiences that people normally go through. And when I was writing it, I had I think I'd been at a point where there were so many people either their lives or people having loved ones lose their lives around me. And I thought I should write something that is a dedication to appreciating who are there with you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, yeah, that's the kind of vibe, yeah.
Okay, well, again, it's a really good song, and I can tell it's kind of self-explanatory in a way because it deals with their relationships in general, I guess. So anyway, we'll be watching that in just a moment.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, just want to thank you again, Mari, for being on the show. And we'd love to have you back sometime if you're ever anything new to plug for us.
It's a pleasure.
Okay.
There's so much I'm working on right now. Just maybe to let the listeners know, I have an album out. I released it in 2019. It's my debut album. It's called Let It Out. So now, right now, I'm working. After finishing with that, I've started with different artists and a lot of new stuff. So yeah, definitely to expect, and I'll definitely be reaching out back to you for some more, to engage some more.
Okay, well, we'll be looking forward to it, Mari. So let's watch that video now. Happy to Be Yours by Mari right here on Palm Mash TV. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Yeah. They say the journey of 1,000,000 miles starts with one step. What if every step you take leads you in the wrong direction? Yeah. Story of my life. It's been a rough road. My journey felt so long, like it wouldn't come to an end. But I just walked along, though I could not comprehend. I thought I was being strong until I realized I could not stand the pressure that was up against me. I tried so hard to belong, struggled to hold on, but everything went wrong. Still I tried to be strong, and everywhere I went felt like wasted time spent, and I couldn't make sense of the things that were going on. Then you came and rescued me, you came and set me free. You changed my life, lifted my burden, and now I can say I'm to be yours. Happy to be yours. At your service, yours truly. How could I ever repay you for all the things you've done for me? Made my life worth the living, and now I cannot even hear you breathing. I may never see your face again, gone to a better place. You may never hear me say this, but I'm gonna let the whole world know the things you've done for me. And even though you're gone, your memory lives on in my heart. 'Cause you made me who I am, made me a better man, gave me an outlook to life that I had never had before. And I'm happy to be yours, happy to be yours, happy to be yours, I'm happy to be yours, I'm happy to be yours, yeah. Happy to be yours, said I'm happy to be yours, yeah. This song is dedicated to all the people in life you'd love to appreciate, yeah. Those who left an impact in your life. Could be a friend or a lover, a playmate or a brother, a workmate or any other. 'Cause you made me who I am, made me a better man, gave me an outlook to life that I had never had before. And I'm happy to be yours, happy to be yours, happy to be yours. 'Cause you made me who I am, made me a better man, gave me an outlook to life that I had never had before. And I'm happy to be yours, happy to be yours, happy to be yours.